Hi all, please do like and subscribe for more new videos. Sociology of Education, M.Ed, 3rd semester TNTEU, syllabus oriented class. Unit 4, Education and Democracy. In this class, first of all, I will discuss about constitutional ideals of education. Second, we will look at social equity. And finally, I will explain social equality of educational opportunities. Let's begin with constitutional ideals of education. The Indian constitutional ideals on education demonstrate a commitment to equality, social justice, and the promotion of knowledge. The Constitution of India, which came into force on January 26, 1950. The fundamental law of the land is Constitution, which includes powers, functions of government, duties, and responsibilities of the citizens. Constitution is a document committed to equality and social justice. It reflects the aspirations, hopes, ideals and values of the people of India. It recognized significance of education for social transformation. Education as a fundamental right, promoting equality, encouraging scientific temper and emphasizing democratic values. The various constitutional provisions regarding education in India are in accordance with political, economic, social, and cultural needs. The Constitution seeks to create a society where education empowers the individual and contribute to national progress. The ultimate aim of the country is the national progress through education. Constitution commenced with 395 articles thoughtfully organized into 22 parts and accompanied by 8 schedules. Over time, it has undergone substantial evolution, currently encompassing 448 articles spread across 25 parts and enriched with 12 schedules. A total of 105 amendments have been introduced to bring about the comprehensive transformation. The four main ideals enshrined in the preamble are justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Constitutional provisions play a significant role in the modern education system and development of India. In the Constitution of India, Part 3 contains fundamental rights, Article 12 to 35. Part 4 contains directive principle of state policy, 36 to 51 article. And Part 4A is fundamental duties of 51A is the article. Through medium of education, the aspiration of the people is fulfilled. Education forms the provision of liberty of thought and equality of opportunity. Now let's see some of the constitutional provisions of education. Article 21A. Article 21A is a fundamental right to education. It comes under Part 3. The state shall provide free and compulsory education to all children of the age between 6 to 14 years, in such a manner as state may by law determine, affirming the state responsibility in providing free and compulsory education. Primary education is now a fundamental right under the 93rd Amendment to the Constitution. Now, Article 21A is a legal right. Article 45 comes under Part 4. It is a directive state policies. Provide early childhood care and education for all children until they complete the age of 6 years. 86th Amendment Act of 2002 changed the subject matter of this article. Previously, Article 45 is regarding for pre and compulsory education. Now it's changed to provide early childhood care and education for all children and made elementary education to a fundamental right under Article 21A. The 42 Amendment Act 1976 added 10 fundamental duties to the Indian Constitution. The 86th Amendment Act 2002 later added 11th fundamental duties to the list, that is Article 51A Clause K. It shall be duty of every citizen of India who is a parent or guardian to provide opportunity for education to his child, or as the case may be, wards between the ages of 6 and 14. A legal framework for ensuring free and compulsory education for all children. It is called the Right to Education Act RTE, enacted in 2009. Article 21A and RT Act came into effect in April 1, 2010. It sets standard for infrastructure, curriculum, and teacher qualification, and aiming to improve quality of education across the country. The government has established bodies like University Grant Commission UGC and National Council of Educational Research and Training NCRT to regulate and promote higher education and curriculum development. Despite these efforts, challenges remain in achieving the full realization of the ideals of education outlined in the Indian Constitution. Issues such as access to quality education, regional disparities, and gaps in educational infrastructure need to be addressed. Additionally, there is a need to continually adapt the education system to meet evolving needs of globalized and technologically advanced society. While there are challenges to overcome, the ideals set forth in the Constitution provide a strong foundation for shaping a robust and inclusive education system in India. Moving to the next topic, social equity. Impartiality, fairness, and justice for all people in social policy is called social equity. Social equity takes into account systemic inequalities to ensure everyone in a community has access to same opportunities and outcomes. Social equality is a state of affairs in which all people within the specific society or isolated group have the same status in certain respects, including civil rights, freedom of speech, property rights, and equal access to social goods and services. Coming to social equity, recognize that each person has different circumstances and those people have to allocate exact resources and opportunities need to reach an equal outcome. Equity primarily a means of establishing equality or minimizing the degree of inequalities in the society. The question of equity does not arise if all the individuals belongs to same level in terms of education, intelligence, economy, and social status. The equity refers to the just and fair provision of resources to all the individuals, whereas equality denotes provision of same resources to all people. Equity denotes subjective and ethical judgment, whereas equality is more objective, and equity is means, whereas equality is a end. Large enough segment of population is disadvantaged by equity factors. Education. Knowledge is collective asset of a society and should be fairly distributed and offered to all members of the society. In a society, the disproportionate allocation of educational resource which further perpetuates social stratification and economic class divisions. When understanding equity, it is important to address education as an opportunity to fix social stratification and the differences that occurs in everyone's life. Developmental. Developmental equity looks not only to assure the consideration of individual ability into society, but to actively provide the diverse population with things and opportunities needed to live rewarding and meaningful life within the society. Environmental equity. The understanding of the condition of the present and right of the future on activities that affect or impact the environment of all social actors. It is taking the full measures to develop a shared and communal effort to manage development and land use. Justice equity. When society is institutionalized and the oppression and disadvantage of particular group of people, their justice is not often get to common people. The first step in solving social injustice and maintaining social equity in the society is to examine difference between the punishments. Society and state employ education to achieve several national goals. Promotion of equality among the people and the excellence in economic, social, civic and cultural spheres of life are significant goals for which education is employed. As of now, a process of globalization of life has begun everywhere. Indian society also in thick of globalization. There is a need to maintain quality and standards and be in the front of competition. There is always a need to carry all cross sections of our society. Otherwise, inequalities in society may increase, leading to social tensions and disintegration. A peaceful march towards a progress and prosperity is possible with the pursuit of equity. Next topic, social equality of educational opportunities. Social equality of educational opportunities. According to Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, University Commission 1948-49, democracy only provides that all men should have equal opportunities for their development of their unequal talents. India is a democratic and socialistic country. Our constitution is also committed into the principle of equality. Democracy is an integral part of our social and political life. Equality of opportunities is the trump card of an egalitarian, democratic and socialistic pattern of society. In India, where social and economic inequalities is still a cause of deep concern. Equalization of educational facilities must be linked with equity. Meaning of equality of educational opportunity. In the 19th century, the ideals of democracy and socialism have added a new thrust to idea of equality. In the UDHR 1948, December 10th, when the principles of non-discrimination and right to education have been strongly advocated. These two principles have given birth to concept of equality of educational opportunities in education. Non-discrimination and right to education. The socialism advocates supply and distribution of adequate opportunities to all for growth and development according to their abilities, aptitudes and desires. University Education Commission 1948-49 states that equal opportunity does not mean identical opportunity for all. It means the equal availability of education for every qualified person. Our system must provide every young person education to the extent that he can profit from it. Character best designed to assure the maximum development of his nature. It must, of course, recognize the difference of gifts and interest. The report of Indian Education Commission, that is Dr. D.S. Kothari Commission 1964-66, also stated regarding the equalization of educational opportunities. One of the important social objectives of education is to equalize opportunity, enabling the backward or underprivileged classes and individuals to use education as a lever for the improvement of their condition. Every society that values social justice and is anxious to improve lot of common man and cultivate all available talent must ensure progressive equality of opportunity to all sections of the population. This is the only guarantee for the building up of egalitarian and human society in which exploitation of the weak will be minimized. Equality of educational opportunity should be provided to the weaker section of society in India. The National Policy of Education NEP 1986 also emphasizes equality of education means to provide for equal opportunity to all, not only in access but also the conditions for success. From the above definitions, we may now say that equality of educational opportunities means that provision of education to every citizen on the basis of their abilities, skills, interests and aptitudes. Equalization of educational opportunities does not mean provision of one and the same educational program to all, but to provide different educational programs on the basis of the individual aptitude, interest and needs. It does not denote identical opportunity, but a means best suited to the abilities and aptitude of every student. People differ from one another in almost all aspects of human personalities. Their cognitive, affective and psychomotor domain, everything is different. Equality in education means equalization of individual difference among the learners. In the Indian context, equality of educational opportunity means that everyone must given his or her own chance to develop depending upon his or her individual capacities. Special attention is given to the underprivileged, the disadvantaged, the disabled, women and other child from backward communities. Need and importance of equality and equity in education. Human right. Education is considered as a universal and fundamental human right since the adoption of UDHR 1948. It has also been found that right to education is not only a human right but also essential for exercise for other rights. The idea of equality of opportunities has been affirmed in Article 1 of UDHR 1948. All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. As a result, the principle of non-discrimination and right to education have been strongly advocated. These two principles gave birth to the concept of equality of opportunity in education. Essential for socialism. The concept of equality has been the real force of socialist ideology. Under socialism, every individual should have equal opportunities for social, economic, culture and educational advancement in line with his or her innate capacity or potentialities. Success of democracy. Equality is the backbone to the democratic society and it aims to prevent discrimination and provides an equal opportunity to all. True democracy can only be achieved through practice of some universal values like liberty, equality, fraternity and justice. Hence, equality and equity in education are essential for success of democratic institutions. Egalitarian society. The Constitution of Democratic India enshrines the concept of egalitarian society in which equality and social justice are the cardinal norms. The Education Commission 1964-66 stated that the equalization of educational opportunity is the only guarantee for the building up of egalitarian and human society in which the exploitation of the weak will be minimized. Economic and social development. Equal and equitable education is considered as a means of raising societal and economic status of an individual. Education is potent tool to empower people socially and economically. Advancement of nation. If the people have equal opportunities to get an education, they will have a chance to develop their native talent and thus contribute to progress of nation. Search of talent. Facilitate the search of talent among all people of the nation. Expectations of the society and its members can fulfill only when equality and equity in education are treasured. Modernization. Education is closely associated with the process of modernization. Equally and equitable education minimize the exploitation of socially and economically disadvantaged group. Education is one of the means for social equality, or at least it will make an effort to reduce social inequalities among their members. It is simply because education promotes social mobility among its members. This will only made possible if there is a provision for equalization of educational opportunities to all their members, irrespective of caste, religion, gender, location, creed, language, socio-economic status, etc. Moreover, human resource development of any nation essentially calls for optimal utilization of all sections of the population. Education plays an important input in such a development of human resources in the country. This highlights the importance of social equity and social equality of educational opportunities. First, I spoke about constitutional ideals of education. Then we looked at social equity. And finally, I told about social equality of educational opportunities. Hope you understand the topics. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe for more videos. Keep learning. This is me, Salim.